Our next speaker, Rayansh, comes with some beautiful insight on parenting skills that parents should teach the children how to fly and then let them soar high. Let's hear from Rayansh.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to begin my speech with a quote. Our future lies beneath us, like a sheet of snow. Be careful how you tread on it, for every mark will show. Parents dream about building a great future for their children. They sacrifice their desires to meet the needs for the family. In the process of growing up, children slowly become independent and learn to take decisions on their own. I believe that children are too young to make decisions for themselves. They are not aware of rights and wrong. They are too innocent to understand the concept of freedom or living on their own at their age. Childhood is a learning stage for every individual. It is a stage where a person is introduced to the world and taught about how the world works. It is a stage where the individual is prone to make lots of mistakes to understand the consequences of wrongdoings. In the world, parents help their child by setting boundaries to guide them to the right path. Being a 10-year-old kid, I am habituated to making lots of mistakes. But at the end of the day, when I am about to go to bed, my mom kisses my forehead and says that I am a blessing to her and dad. This makes me realize that they will never take wrong decisions for me and help me succeed in life. But in the course of time, a bird has to leave the nest so that it can learn to fly. So taking decisions on the child's behalf throughout his life will not help him prosper. At some point in life, they have to face the world alone and make choices of their own. Therefore, I believe that at a young age, parents should take decisions and explain themselves for doing so to make their child understand. But after a certain age, when the child has gained maturity, they should allow them to make important decisions too, like choosing their career. Thank you.
Very well spoken, Rayansh. And parents do love and care for their children, protect them from all difficulties. Then why worry from now onwards? Let them worry about the decisions. Our next eminent speaker is
I think Seema ma'am, excuse me.
Yes,
Seema ma'am, just excuse me. That was such a balanced speech that was given by Rayansh. I really loved it, the way he said it. And even the other speakers, they gave their perspective so beautifully. And one person who really believes in allowing the children to make decisions of their own, ensuring that they grow by making mistakes, is our chief guest, Dr. Geeta Gandhi Kingdon. She is one person who loves to allow children to learn from their mistakes and grow and mature. So at this point of time, may I request her to please say a few words to the children? Ma'am, are you there, ma'am?
I'm very much here, and I hope I'm visible and audible as well. And it's been a wonderful, it's really been a wonderful thing to hear the different children. First of all, thank you to Avika for a very generous introduction for me. I would like to pay my tribute to Mrs. Abha Anand, the principal of this campus, Ms. Sabah Hussain, the headmistress of primary section, Ms. Vaishali Bharadwaj, who's also involved in the in this event, and all the students of class 5 who are attending, and I see that there are 57 participants at the moment. So it feels really good to be here, and I particularly like the topic. This is a very interesting topic for students of this age, children of this age, of the age of roughly 10 years old, going on to 11. And I heard the presentations and the thoughts expressed by Pragya, Bhavya, Anvesha, Itish Singh, who Itish gave the example of, he brought evidence to bear. He cited a study by UNICEF that was particularly pleasing. So, many of you expressed your opinions, your views, your thoughts. Itish supplemented those. He also expressed his thoughts and views and opinions, but then he supplemented those with some evidence. He added to his opinions the weight of evidence, the authority, if you like, of evidence. That means what some researchers or somebody who has made a study of the topic has written about it. So he shared evidence with us. Then we heard Sumedha, Bhargavi. Now, they were all beautiful, expressive, eloquent speakers. And then we heard Rayansh Maurya. Now, this was a very commendable performance, very confident, excellent points, really wonderful vocabulary was displayed by Rayansh, and a lot of wisdom was expressed. The fact that, it's a very balanced view was presented, as Abha ma'am said. Her judgment on Rayansh's speech was that it was a very balanced viewpoint. And I'd like to agree with that, because he took the whole thing rather than arguing for or against the idea that children should be given the liberty to make decisions for themselves. Instead of agreeing either with one side or the other, he presented a very balanced view that children often do not know the right, his contention. Initially, I wrote down all these positive things to say for Rayansh, and then I wrote down, but I cannot agree with you. And then, just as I finished writing that down, Rayansh said, but the bird has to fly the nest. At that point, he changed his tune and he started talking about how, children must have the wisdom, they must acquire the knowledge, they must become good decision makers, wise decision makers, so that they can make the right decisions for themselves, because their parents will not be with them forever and ever. When you go off to university, when you launch yourself into life, you are often away from your parents and increasingly have to make decisions for yourselves. So one had better acquire the wisdom. And so he presented, so then I had to agree with him. And the end product was that I agreed with him very much with his point of view. So I think that one thing we can say is that the answer to this question probably depends, at least partly, or maybe even strongly, on the age of the child. When we say children, we have a very wide range of people of different ages in mind. Somebody might call an infant a child. An infant is somebody who's maybe 6 months old or maybe a year old. A toddler is somebody who's maybe 2 or 3 years old. A child could be a very big range, and maybe the definition of what child is maybe differs across people. And I have to tell you that in other countries, in some other countries, many of you referred to the word adolescent, right? So that's a big, long polysyllabic word. And if you know how to spell it, that's amazing. So adolescents are people who are basically teenagers, who are making the transition between, being children and being adults. They are the stage in between. Adolescents are people who are in the stage in between. So the definition, if you like, of what a child is a little fluid. Different people might have different definition. And in some cultures, in our culture, in the Indian culture, in the Hindu scriptures, there is a stage at the age of 12, there is a ceremony that a child goes through called the Yagyopavit ceremony. And my parents have explained to me, when I was a young myself and my brother went through this ceremony at the age of 12, there's a havan that was done and so on. And it's a very auspicious occasion that the child has reached the age of 12. And it is deemed that they have become, a young adult in a way. Because what they explained is that from the age of 12, our scriptures tell us that a person becomes capable, a young person becomes capable of helping to make decisions in the family. They gain the maturity to be able to do that. So one hopes, therefore, that by the age of 12, one has developed the moral compass and the wisdom sufficiently to distinguish right from wrong, and so on and so forth. So you people are at the threshold of reaching the age of 12. You are 10 going on 11, nearly there, nearly really very wise young people. And so you can think of yourselves as people who are very close to reaching that age where your parents will be asking you your views as well on different matters, things that have to be decided in the household. Your preferences have always been paramount in your parents' minds, right? What you want. But what's most important is to develop those faculties, those attitudes, that wisdom, which can help you to make wise choices, so that your parents feel, your teachers feel, others who come in touch with you feel that you can be given the liberty to make your own decisions in almost, in many spheres, maybe not in everything, because the truth is that making the right decisions, and often there is a right decision and not a right decision. Sometimes there's ambiguity. So even that is important to realize and recognize, that sometimes what is right, the right decision, is not necessarily cut and dried. It's not exactly, there's an absolute standard for what is right and wrong sometimes. But most of the time, we can say this is right and this is not right. So how do you develop this? How do you develop this decision-making power such that people can trust that you can make the right decisions for yourself? How can a parent or a teacher or an older sibling or any well-wisher help you to get to that stage of maturity where everybody can feel that this is a mature young person and they can be, given the liberty to make their own decisions. They are a wise person. And I would say, see, because I've also got a child, he's also grown up, and as he grew up, I reflected on this, and I think all the adults here will have done that. All your parents will have done that. So just to share what I thought were the important things for how to make your child a wise person who can take, good decisions for themselves. Like Rayansh said, develop a sense of right and wrong. So I thought that what's most important in order to help a young person like you to develop the capacity to make right decisions, that the most important things are to expose them to the world, to expose them to the good, the bad, the ugly in the world. If you are overly protective with your children at this age and expose them only to the good, then you also have to gently let them know that there are bad things out there, and how to protect yourself, how to distinguish the bad from the good, how to have this moral compass as well. So how can one open one's mind and make wise decisions? Books, reading of books is a great mind expander. And, it sort of sitting in your own home, in your own room, you are exposed to the whole world if you read a book, right? So that's a great way of acquiring wisdom, reading books. Second thing, travel. With your parents, you'll be traveling, maybe it's very local travel to the shopping mall or to the cinema hall. As you go, you see things. But then beyond that, if you go to other cities, to other towns, to other countries even sometimes, that travel anywhere and everywhere gets you to meet different kinds of people. You get exposed to different kind of thinking, different kinds of customs, different kind of ideologies, different experiences. All of that is very enriching. Travel is a great way to learn wisdom. And then expose them to different opportunities. Expose your children to different opportunities, different occasions, different kinds of events. Expose them to religious ideas, religious books. What does my religion say on such and such and such a topic? Because religion is a great source of authority for many people who accept the authority of religion. Then expose them to good friends, and so on and so forth. So arranging lots and lots of varied experiences for ourselves and for our children, that is a very good way of quickly learning what the world is all about, how to succeed in it, what are the right things to do, what are the things that lead to happiness and not. So these were some of the thoughts that I've shared with you. I hope it didn't come across as too preachy, but it's wonderful to be here, and congratulations for choosing such a thoughtful topic. That is, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And it did not sound preachy at all, because it was absolutely in line with what these children were saying. and you meant it so beautifully for the parents as well as the children. We have parents also here with us. In this virtual world, there are all kinds of problems that do happen, and this is the time when parents also would need to guide their children in the right direction, because nowadays they are with the children and it is the right time when they can show them a different view of the world altogether. So today, this opportunity that was created, it is not a one-time or a one-day decision that has been made by the administrators and the in-charges and the teachers. I would like to bring it to your notice, ma'am, that sort of maybe repeat it also, because it was said in the beginning. This is the result of the discussion that was held with these children along with the MHEA group of ours. We have the club which runs in the section, the mental health for every adolescent. So that club and these children, they got together. We have the president of the club, Smriti, the student of class 12. She's also here with them right now. She's here amongst us. So we're going to hear from her also the experience as to how exactly this is discussion and how did it take this shape. So I think let's move on to the rest of the discussion. I think children still have some more points to express, or there are some more speakers.
Thank you.
Seema ma'am, the certificates, please.
Okay, ma'am. Pali ma'am. We have come to the end of the program, and now it is time to felicitate our wonderful children who have participated in the talk show. We have e-certificates for them. Children, we are very, very proud of you. Anika Sharma, we are very proud of you. Pali ma'am. Avika Sharma, this certificate is for you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Mariam, Raza, this is for you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
We are very proud of you. You spoke very well. Pragya, you spoke very well, very confident.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bhavya, this is for you, dear. Congratulations. Anvesha, this is for you. Certificate for you. You did very well. Ma'am, Anvesha said that we were explaining her how to pronounce decision, and at the time she said, I will not be able to do it. But she did. She spoke very well. Anvesha, congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Itish spoke very well. Congratulations. We're proud of you.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Sumedha, congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Spoke very well. Congratulations. Bhargavi,
Thank you, ma'am.
congratulations, dear. Rayansh, you spoke very, very well. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Rishit, a natural. I love the way you speak. Congratulations to you too. Ishan Raghuvanshi, congratulations. Very well spoken.
Thank you, ma'am.
Shreyash, you also speak very well. Congratulations. You did a very
so
good
much,
job.
ma'am.
Shifa, I love the way you speak, dear. Very well spoken. Rubab Fatima, very well, very smart girl you are, and we are very proud of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sabha ma'am.
Thank you. With this, we come to the end of today's program. We thank our principal for her constant guidance.
Heartiest congratulations to each one of you who was there on this platform this evening, the teachers, parents, students, and sir. Thank you so much.